Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. This is your Quilt As You Go series, and in this tutorial I'm going to demonstrate how to do blocks 3 and 4. If you are interested in doing this series, there will be a link below your YouTube screen for blocks 1 and 2. In that tutorial, all of the supplies that you will need will be listed. Now let's get started. To draw the flower applique for block number 3, remember you're drawing on the grid line side of your fusible web. You need to draw 2 lines that are 4 inches apart. So you have a 4-inch line here. Then draw 3-inch this way and 3-inch this way. Now you're going to take a ruler and connect this point up here down to this lower corner and draw a line. So now you have 4 lines drawn. Take your ruler and line this corner up with this point up here, but you're only going to draw to the center, right there. Now draw a 4-inch line this way and then go down 1.5 inches and put a little mark. Then you're going to, from this corner down, draw a line, then do the same thing, go to the other corner and draw a line. So here I have it drawn on my grid line side of the fusible web. Normally I tell you to go ahead and cut it out about 1/4 inch on the outside of your drawn lines. For this one, I'm going to just change that slightly, only because it's too difficult to keep drawing all of these little pieces. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut outside the drawn line here, and on this side too. And I'm going to cut like this. Cut this out. Let me do it one more time. There we go. All right, now I'm going to just cut right on this drawn line right here. And then here are your pieces for part of the flower. On this one, just go ahead and do the normal way of cutting around all the sides about 1/4 inch away. The largest piece is, I'm using this pink, and then on the smaller triangle I'm using the yellow. For the bottom of the flower, this is the green that I'm using. So remember, you're putting your pieces on the back side of the fabric. So go ahead and remove the paper off of the back like you've done in the first tutorial, where you kind of score the paper with a pin. Rip this back piece off, making sure you leave the glue on the grid line side. Then place it on the back side and finger press it down. After finger pressing it down, now you can go ahead and cut right on your drawn lines. And when you're done cutting all of them out, your pieces are going to look like that. Now place the pieces on your background fabric, and remember, you just take a straight pin, score that paper, tearing it. Make sure that when you're taking the paper off, that the glue is not coming up with it. And then you go ahead and place it on the bottom of your flower. Now remember, you can make this any size you want. You can make it smaller or a little larger. It just really depends on what you want to do. Remember, you can still lift your pieces off, because once they're fused on, you're not going to be able to lift them off. So if you don't like the way you laid it or placed it on your fabric, you can still lift it up and replace it until you get it the way you like it. Once you like it, go ahead and finger press it down. Now on this, when I draw the stem, I'm just going to do one little curve. Remember, you can make it wiggly, zigzaggy, whatever you want to do, but I'm just going to kind of do this. That's all. And then I'm going to draw 2 big leaves I know my marker isn't showing up that much, but I can see it. So as long as you can see it, that's what's important. And I'm going to draw one more big one. Remember, you're just freehand drawing. You can draw it any way you like because remember, it's folk art. So now you can go ahead and fuse this on. So follow your package instructions on your fusible web package for fusing it on. It's a very simple process. Now you're going to do your applique stitches, but before you do that, you need to put paper behind it. Now many of you have asked, why do I need the paper? It helps to stabilize the fabric. Otherwise, your fabric is going to pucker and pull. And this helps to prevent that from happening too much. For a demonstration on how to do a satin applique stitch, go to my tutorial on easy flower applique patterns. The link is listed below your YouTube screen in the description section. Now I've gone ahead and done my satin stitches, but I'm going to give you the type of satin stitch right now and the stitching order that you do it in. So I usually do my stem first, and I use a wide satin stitch, and all the settings for your stitches are listed in that very first tutorial. So make sure you look below for the link. Then I do the leaves, and I use a narrow satin stitch. Then up here, I do the yellow part here first, and I use a medium satin stitch. Then I do the pink using a medium satin stitch, and then the green using a medium satin stitch. So after all of your stitching is done, now it's time to layer your fabrics. So here's my background fabric. You want to place it down, and all the measurements for cutting these fabrics are listed in that very first tutorial. So you place that one down, you're looking at the back of that fabric. Then you place your cotton batting down and you center it inside of your back fabric. Then place your applique flower on top, and it should be the same size as your cotton batting. Then go ahead and place pins to hold it together. And then you're going to do your quilting stitches around it. Now if you do a lot of quilting stitches, you probably already know what you want to do. If you're not sure how to do a quilting stitch, again, go to that very first video because I'll show you in there what I do. But I do a simple echo stitch. You're just basically outlining the shape of your flower. Now I'm going to show you how to draw the pattern for block number 4. And I'm using a 2-inch diameter circle. You can buy circle templates or you can just create your own. So what I'm doing is I'm placing it here, and I'm only going to draw a half circle. So in my template, I have a line that goes right through the middle. So then you're just going to draw a half circle. Then you're going to take a ruler, and from this point down 2 inches, from here down is 2 inches, draw a line, draw another line. So this entire piece here is 3 inches long. You're going to make 3 of them. And then the last thing you're going to do is just draw one full 2-inch circle. Remove the plain paper off the back and put it on the back side of your fabric. Finger press it down and then cut it out like this one is here. So now remove that grid line paper off and then place it on your background fabric. And how I'm going to do this is this is just going to be in the center up here in the upper half of the block. And these little points here, you can either cut them off or you can just put them underneath your center circle, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to lift this off, goes back down, and then place it like that. And then once you have it the way you like it, remember you can still lift it up and replace it. Then finger press it all down. And then go ahead, go to your ironing board and fuse it on following package instructions. Now I'm going to draw the stem. This time I'm just going to do a wiggly line. So from here, just going to kind of go out and like this, so that this is what it looks like. Then I'm going to draw my leaves, and I'm going to put one up here, any shape you want. Remember, it's just freehand drawing. And now you're going to do your applique stitches. Now you're going to do your applique stitches. Again, remember to put that paper behind it because your stitching will come out a lot nicer. Here's one that I've already done. So this is your recommended stitching order. Again, do the stem using a wide satin stitch, your leaves using a narrow satin stitch. Then up here, do your flower petals using a medium satin stitch on all three. And then your center circle is last, and do a medium satin stitch. Then layer your fabrics and your cotton batting all together like you did in the previous blocks. Place pins to hold, and then do your quilting stitches. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, make sure you give it a little thumbs up down there. Now, I also hope that you decide to do this quilt series. You will learn a lot, and I think you'll also have a lot of fun. Make sure to get to all those links that you scroll down to the description section, expand it open by either hitting the down arrow or show more. Now, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.